Well, who's the climbers? Who's the losers? Who's the crashers? It's that time. It's championship standings time. Let's get to it. Right, championship. We have done 5 full rounds. We're way over halfway now. We've just done Angelsey, and this is Cadwell. So we've got 2 more rounds left after this one. So this is round 6. We only race 8 rounds, so that's how it works. We get 3 races each round as well. So we have got 75 points up for grabs for each round. I'm only telling you this if you don't understand how our scoring system works in the UK. I have been asked by a non-UK resident how it's scored and so forth. Same as any other federation or any other sport. Winner gets 25 points, second gets 20, third gets 16, and then fourth gets 13, fifth gets 11, sixth gets 10, and so forth. Down to 15th position, who gets 1 point. So, and that's how it works. And then it accumulates for each round, and then as we go into the final, is it all to play for or is it all to win? Now, we did do Angelsey, and bit of a shake-up. Not for me. Weren't my favourite track. It's not my favourite place, so I'm just happy with how I finished. We'll come to that. Now the championship, newcomer now, the number 1 is still my main man, Gavin. Gavin is on 277 points, and his results at Angelsey, not good. He came into Angelsey, I won't say he were 100%, he had a bit of a niggle. He said he was feeling alright though, with racing, but he had an off before Angelsey, and he hurt his shoulder, let's put it that way. So he weren't racing 100%. I'll give him that. Just need, come on Gavin, man up. Excuses I'm making for you here. Well, Gavin, in the very first race that we had at Angelsey, he still got a second. Then it all went pear-shaped for him. Second and third race, he crashed. Biggish crash with another lad as well. Another lad were involved. I don't know who's to blame. I were behind him, not behind him, but I didn't see it happen, so I can't say what happened, and I'm not gonna. It's not up to me that. You're either getting on that line or you're not. That's all I'm interested in. And as long as you're all right, don't get me wrong. Come on, Gavin. You know you're my favourite. Crashing. What's that about? But he had 2 no finishes. So Gavin lost 50 points no matter what there from them missing them 2 races. He had them to spare. I did say that in the last one. He had them to spare. So Gavin is still on 277 points. He got a second place only. I think he did it just because trophies were crap. Not that I won one, but they didn't look. I wouldn't have been happy if I won one, even though that didn't happen. Then we've got Snowball. Snowball is only 22 points behind Gavin now. He's catching. So Gavin's doing really well. Gavin, make most of it while you can. Well, if someone has a little off, make most of it, don't you? And Gavin, Tony, Snowball did. He's on 255, 22 points behind Gavin. Snowball got a third in first race, a second and a second. So he proper did all right. And so he's currently second in championship. Where did David come from? David did say, obviously, I spoke to him over the weekend. Absolutely, triple aced it. David got 3 firsts, and everything's running right for him. He said everything's running fine. He's got his bike sorted. He felt everything. So good on him. He got 3 first place, aced it, every single one. Race 3 did get called short early, but hey, if you're in lead, you're in lead. If it don't make no difference. So David's proper slingshot. He's 192 points in championship, 85 behind Gavin. So our Gav's still got another full race weekend clear of him. So David, 3 aces, 3 first place, brilliant. Then we've got Gareth Evans. I don't know what happened with Gareth. Don't get me wrong, he's 4th. He's got 159 points. He's 118 behind Gavin. But he got a 4th, and he weren't even. I didn't even see him down for 3rd race. I'm not sure if it was Gareth or if it was Snowball. They went to Oasis concert on Saturday night, so they did qualify in race 1. Went to watch Oasis in Manchester from Angelsey, come back, and then I'm sure it was Gareth. And I think it probably was just too knackered to race, to be honest. But Gareth is 4th in championship, and I thought Gareth were coming through. I thought he was main contender. Looks like David is at minute. But Gareth. Then it's me. Yeah, boy. I'm 5th in championship with 141 points. So I'm only 18 behind Gareth. But hey, I'm not going to knock it, am I? So it's one of them. It's not my favourite track. I did mention that earlier. I got a 7th, a 6th, and a 5th in that. And I only got that 5th. I'm going to be honest. It's because if you don't take part and you crash, you don't get points. So I will take that 5th, just like I did the 4th. You got to finish to get in points. So I'm going to take it. So I'm 5th in championship. Obviously, I'll come to who's my main worry. Not worry, but he's coming. We'll see what he's like at Cadwell. But then we've got my main man Lenny. My main man Lenny is 6th. Now Lenny, let me get him around this. Lenny is on 116 points, 25 points, a full race win behind me in a minute, you know what I mean? So, but it's fine. Lenny got an 8, a 7, and a 6. Progressed all weekend. 1 place every race. Hey, he's finished the race. Lenny is the only person, let's get this straight, to finish every single race in every round. Everyone else, if you haven't turned up, you don't include. And if you can't finish the race, me included, I've crashed, so I didn't finish. Lenny has got the title of the most consistent finisher. He's finished every single race. So good on Lenny. He's tied. So he's in 6th place and he's tied with Andy Stewart. Andy's like my main competition at minute. It's fast. I don't know where he were at Snetterton, let's put it that way. I didn't see him at all at Snetterton, and then at Brands he just popped out and he was there. But he seems to have got that extra bit of a jump, and he's so fast on his bike. It's probably weighs half the weight I do. Give me excuse. But Andy's my proper main competition at the minute. I don't know where he were at Angelsey. Not Angelsey, Croft. He didn't turn up. But we just sort this out. Driving. Hey, don't report me, snitch. But Andy got a 6th, a 5th, and a 4th. So as you can see, he's like that next person up from me now. So it's Andy who I need to really be concentrating on to make sure I keep my position, because I don't want him overtaking me. So, and then we've got Adam Southwell. There's a bit of thing I've spoke with Adam, and you know, I chat with Adam, don't get me wrong, and Adam's got 114 points. He got a 5th, a 3rd and a 3rd. So, and Adam is doing really well. I thought if Adam had started at the beginning of the year, I think he'd have been like up there in top 3, you know. Top 3, top 4. I think it'd have been a lot closer if Adam had joined it and got in every... Right, let's get this clear. Adam does try to get in, but he can't because it's full. I'll come to that later after we've finished the championship standings, because I need to talk about something with the newcomer championship while we're here. But Adam's after Andy, and he's doing really well. If he'd have got in sooner, and if he'd have done any round, I do believe it'd have been up there, especially in top 4, mixing it up, battling. And then, right, so we've got a whole list of lads. I know Ed's not in it. Ed Alexander, Armed Forces lad. He didn't come to the last round. I don't know if he's been deployed somewhere else. I don't know. That's not my business. But Ed was like part of the competition I'm in, as in he's one of the lads who I needed to be. Really, really fast lad. Just couldn't keep on his bike. And he'll know it if he watches this. Come on, Ed. You know you can't stay on that seat. Crashes a bit. Hey, he's trying. If you're not crashing, you're not trying, are you? So Ed, I really like Ed. Makes me laugh. Ed's not here this weekend. Ben, I'm going to give Ben a shout out again. I did last time. Ben Newbury. Ben showed his hand at Croft, and he was there. I didn't see him. I've passed him, don't get me wrong, I've overtaken him, like he always seems to do me on start. And I've only ever passed him on racetrack, but never really noticed him. Whereas, because then I'm not battling, but at Croft, he showed his hand at Croft, and I couldn't catch him at Croft in that last race. He would gone. But on the track day just before Donington, he crashed and he's broke both feet. So Ben's out for the season, but his name's down for this weekend, unless he's like superhuman. Ben's name is down on sheet for actually competing this weekend. I don't think he is, let's put it that way. But hopefully Ben comes back next year and has another go at it. Just be a bit more careful. So I'm going to give Ben a shout, because I don't wish harm on anyone, and obviously I have been in the same case where I broke both feet, and it's hard, and it's not just like racing, it's like home and everything you do at home. So I do know what it's like, Ben. Get better soon, mate, and hopefully see you next year. I won't be newcomer me though. It's one of them. So we've got Ben. Ryan got deployed because he were in Armed Forces as well. There's loads of Armed Forces lads. Ryan got deployed as well. He got sent to another country. That sounds so wrong. He got deployed to another country. Hopefully he comes back and he might join, might jump in around, or especially like it'd be nice to see him again. But Ryan was my main man target from very first race, and at Brands. It was like me and him just toing and froing. So but that's Ben. Then we've got Max. Max is in competition. I got in touch with Max. I do contact a lot of people in between races, and what it is, a lad's quit racing. Dan Fletcher, I mentioned it other day on my live. Massive shout out. Dan's in the Cup 1000. He's starting his own business and he can't afford to do both. And his family, and they come first. So he's doing the right thing. He's going to start his own business, but he needs to not go racing for the rest of the season. So he put up that he had some the rest of his season spare. So I contacted Adam and I contacted Max and said, obviously, do you want these places? I did contact Brett as well, don't get me wrong. And Max, I believe, has got on at Donny. So he's at Donington the very last race at season. So we will see Max. If you don't know who Max is, go back to first weekend at Snetterton and you'll see Max. Max, I thought Max would ride it. Max were my early target because I think I finished 6th, he finished 5th, so I thought, right, my next target, Max. But Max were like, Max is fast. So he's coming back at Donington. It'd be good to see Max. Then we've got Adam Swindle. He crashed out at Snetterton and we haven't seen him since. I don't know what he's doing. I should contact him really, or he can contact me, both ways. Give us a shout out, Adam, if you're still racing and that. Give us a shout out and I'll mention you next time and say what you're up to. Then we've got Brett. Brett's got a space for Donny as well. I think Brett took, I'm sure he took Dan's, I can't remember. I know someone else was still in there, Donny. Oh no, I told him that it were open or something like that. But Brett's on at Donington as well. He can't get into races. And then we've got Peter Gaines. I think he just jumped in for that one round at Brands. So it is what it is. That's the championship as it is, stands. Now, there is some, it's not controversy, it's just, it just doesn't seem, not, how can I put it? It's not controversy, but it's a bit of a shitter when you've got so many lads wanting to race. Now last year, I started racing last year, I got 3 rounds in, hence I'm still a newcomer because I didn't have my 10 race events. I have done my 10 race events. I'm waiting for ACU again, still, and I phoned them, contacted her. It's like, yeah, I'll sort it this week. Still not sorted. Because I've upgraded, I've done my 10 races. There's no way I should be a newcomer again because I've done my 10 races. You know, obviously I can finish this year as a newcomer, but I shouldn't be doing next year as a newcomer. What do I get? A trophy for being in newcomer for longest. Same as Cup, and this isn't just newcomer, don't get me wrong, this is Cup Thou lads as well. So I saw a post today, 600s. In fact, Roger sparked that one. Roger Lovelace sparked that one off. Because obviously they made an error on the entry list and someone else commented saying like, even 600 lads are sandbagging. Staying in there too long before this should be and this is the whole thing. Now last year when I entered, everyone in my category was a newcomer, which everyone, don't get me wrong, apart from we had street bikes in there because they're slower on straights but a lot better on corners and braking and all this that and other. So it was quite a good competition last year because everyone was the same. This year, and I really don't mind this year, apart from the amount of newcomers in it, that's my bugbear. I like being in with Cup Thou lads because if I can get onto the back of them, I can tag on, I can go faster, I can see what they're doing, I can follow them. So it brings me on, I learn new stuff all the time by doing that. So I do quite like it's in with Cup Thou lads. But it just doesn't give us enough entries for newcomers. I'm in a newcomer battle, and if you look at the list, I think there's 15 of us. 15 or 16 of us in newcomer championship. So no matter what, we're getting points every weekend, and it's not about them. It is about the points. It's not about the points. Of course it is, but it's about being in a competition. And there's only this round, I think there's 7 of us on the list, and it's like, come on, we're not racing against newcomers then. You know what I mean? We're racing against the Cup Thou lads, and yeah, and Gavin and all them, they're proper up there. But like us at the back, we've got our own little race, but we'd like more people who are newcomers to be in that race, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, let's take one at track, any track. I'm not being funny, they're winning it and they're only 5 seconds a lap faster, like Gavin and Snowball and David. They're only 5 seconds faster, 4 or 5 seconds a lap faster. In reality, that's achievable. That is achievable. We just need to either get some better tyres or, learn something new, and we can get that 5 seconds. Anglesey, I was 7 seconds a lap faster than I did last year. So you can see you can get, and that were on scrubs. So you can see it is achievable to get them 4 or 5 seconds to be with front lads at newcomer. But there's just not enough newcomers in it. And there is so many lads who want to be in newcomers, but they just can't get in. The top lads in, and I've spoke about this numerous times. The top lads in Cup Thou, they're doing Premier Thous and times, and I mean for podium. I don't mean so that they're in middle at pack or bottom at pack. I'm talking, yes, they'd have to battle for that podium position, but they're doing Premier times, but they're still in Cup. And I've looked on lists from last year, and they weren't in newcomer last year, because most of newcomers from last year ended up having well, which is good, they moved up to Cup Thou lads, and Cup Thou lads in reality should have moved up to Premier. Timing's permitted. I don't mean like lad who's back at Cup Thou, you don't need to go up to Premier yet, you need to wait till you're like mid-pack to front. I think just like a track day, I spat then. Just like a track day, wait until you've got to that position, right, now I can move up to Big Boy League, and then you get better. And there's quite a few lads in Cup Thou who are a bit disheartened because they know they're never going to get on that podium, because there's these lads who are doing Premier times. Well, they've sandbagged, same as someone mentioned on 600s, sandbaggers. Whoopee, you're doing it for a plastic trophy, but you're putting people off, and you're taking up spaces. Look at the list for Premier. How many lads are in it? 20? Oh, there's 14 hours and no one else can get in. So I know it's a whinge, but it is a bit disheartening for anyone who's racing and you come in thinking, oh, I might have a chance of a podium. Look, let's put it this way, I'm always thinking I've got a chance for a podium in newcomer, even though I know my favourite is faster than me. I know Snowball and David and Gareth, they're all better than me, but that one day they might not be. That one day I might come through and I might have a chance to take a trophy. And it's not about the trophy, it's about being on that podium, and it's all having that chance. And I think it needs to be looked at, and probably people say otherwise, the sandbaggers will say otherwise, because they're winning trophies and they're heroes to them. But the lads who are doing racing and pay for racing, like we all do, but you don't need to sandbag. Are you really going to be any better by sandbagging in a lower league? I come from another sport. I come from bodybuilding. There's no sandbag. You can't sandbag in that. You're only good if you're good. You only win a trophy if you're good, and your goal is that you might be good on that one day. And I'm not a brilliant bodybuilder. I've only won once, Mr. Rondavelli, on Masters 50. I won that, and that's the best I've ever looked. And that's what it's about. It's about being the best on that day. You win, you're entitled to be on that podium. But when you're racing against people who are sandbagging, and I'll say this because even in bodybuilding, you got people who've been bodybuilders for 20, 30 years and still competing in amateur ranked. I'm not being funny. I was 50-year-old when I went bodybuilding. there were people in my competition who's done it for 30 years. 30 years and you haven't moved up. What the hell? I just don't get it. You're not, what? No one thinks he's best there ever is. No, they don't. That's Arnie. Do you know what I mean? That's Arnie and Chris Bumstead. But you look, if anything, get your big boy pants on, move up and race against the proper lads. That's what I'm doing. I know this year I might have a chance of getting a trophy in newcomer. I know for a damn fact next year I haven't. I'm in Cup Thou next year. If you want to come and beat me, if you're like really, really fast, get in Cup 1 Thou and beat me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to cry about it. If you overtake me, I'll try and tag on. And then maybe a year after I might beat you. But it's one of them. Is get your big boy pants, move up, let other people race, stop sandbagging. Right, this World Championship standings, not whinge about sandbaggers. And I'm not the only person that thinks this, honestly. I suppose if you went round any paddock, and it won't be just no limits, it'll be a lot of paddocks, it'll be exactly the same. But have a look in mirror, lads, come on. And lasses, because there is lasses race. But have a look in mirror, think, can I win in the next league? Do you know what I mean? And just do it. Stop being a pussy and just do it. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not bothered that I'm going to go in Cup next year and still be riding around in the same-ish position as I am. But I know I'm going to be better next year. I know I'm going to be faster. And then year after I might be in Cup again, but I might be mid-pack that year. And then year after I might be towards front. And then after I'm front, you know, if I get on that podium, I'll join Premier. Because by then, I'll work my way up. And then I won't have to win or take trophies off the lads who want to get up there. So, that's my whinge. That way, the championship standings. But I did need to explain about, obviously, why there's only so many people in our championship. And it's because they just can't get in. That's what this stemmed from. It's a brilliant championship. It brings people like me, it brings all these new lads. I mean, Gav, Snowball, David, Gareth, Dwayne, Andy, Lenny. We're doing it because we love racing. Dwayne, and we could just do track days, but this is something different. This is about racing against lads, making friends, as in brand new friends, a brilliant community. And one day, maybe picking up a little plastic trophy, because that one day we did the best we could and we were fantastic on that day. I hope I haven't put anyone off racing. You're gonna get it, trust me. No matter what, you're gonna get these people who you're gonna think, why are they even in our category? And yes, sometimes they get put in our category by mistake, but then No Limit's quite good because they do see that, and they have moved a couple of people up or let people move. Great, so if you have done it, and I'm going to name someone here, Baz Napersky. I hope I've said your name right, Baz. Baz was a newcomer last year, and Baz did a full race season last year, and him and his missus let him. That's what he did, and he's done endurance this year. And I know he's racing this weekend. Baz was a newcomer last year. Baz did really well, really fast lad. Done really well in endurance. And what I will say is, Baz hadn't even bothered going in Cup, because Baz were that fast. He's gone straight into Premier. Whether or not he had a choice, but I'm going to give him a massive shout out, because I don't think he's going to do too bad in Premier, honestly. And that's the thing. Did he look at himself and go, you know something, I'm better than Cup, I'm going to go into Premier? Good on him. All the best for this weekend, Baz. If you are watching, I hope you absolutely smash it. You mean, I really do. I do like Baz, but like I said, from newcomer to Prem. And that's what it's about, giving others a chance. Right, I am going to stop whinging. That, believe it or not, was the championship standings. If you still think I'm a whinger and a moaner, drop us a subscribe. It all helps. It does all help. And I will be still videoing all crap, talking crap, whinging, whining, but I do have a laugh with it all as well.